Hello everyone and welcome to this new video where we will see together the incredible story of the Polge Coral medium. The story begins in 1984 in England. Coral Polge would have been a very famous medium because this woman would have been able to communicate with the beyond, and she would have made many portraits of the people with whom she would have returned in communication. Many claim that she would be able to get in touch with spirits or the world of people who have died. There are many instances where she would have drawn precisely the portrait of a person who would have died several years ago without ever having met him or even seen photos. Sometimes she even managed to get their name. According to her, it all began around the age of 20 when she accompanied her mother to see a psychic. This is where his strange visions began. During one of his interviews with this seer, it was then explained to him that she had gifts as a medium painter and that it should exploit them thoroughly. Coral Polge didn't believe this story at all and remained highly skeptical. She claimed she only accompanied her mother and paid no attention to what this woman told her. However, sometime later she experienced a strange feeling and attempted one of her first paintings. The results were astonishing. She managed to paint the portrait of someone she did not know, just before that person came to see her mother. Several researchers specializing in the paranormal will try to get in touch with this medium and try to better understand the phenomenon. There will even be in the south of England a journalist named Peter Cook. He will go to the home of this medium. He will conduct a long investigation on this woman who intrigues the whole world. Peter is basically very skeptical and does not believe in this story at all. He will therefore go to the home of the medium to better understand the phenomenon, try to find a rational explanation, or even to try to prove that what she is doing is totally wrong. But from her first meeting, the journalist will be stunned by what she is capable of doing. Shortly after the start of the interview, the medium would have immediately started drawing, and quickly Peter would have understood what it was about. He would have recognized his grandmother's face being drawn by the medium. However, his grandmother had died a few years earlier, and he had not given any information about it or provided any family photos. It was even impossible for Coral Polge to have met this lady because she was sick 20 years before her death and could not leave her home. However, when we compare his drawing with an original photo, we can directly see the resemblance between the two. His gift will be considered extraordinary. Many people will come into contact with them and it will allow them to be reassured, particularly about the death of people who had just arrived. For several years, hundreds of people will go to his home to obtain the drawing of a deceased loved one. And every time you compare his drawings with old photos, the results are very disturbing. Yet this woman's gift would not even stop there. She would also be able to communicate with the beyond, and in some cases, she would be able to find the name of the person, but also get past stories that she would have lived. And in the Trayor case, she would have found the location where the person had died, as well as the person who had killed her. For some people who have looked into the case of the medium, it is not so much her drawings that are most incredible, and it would indeed be the description she adds when she was drawing these people that would be the most mysterious. She would be of such precision that she would have no rational explanation to explain how she obtained such information, and even if the phenomenon will be considered inconceivable by many skeptics, there are still today many testimonies and drawings that are made by this woman and that are considered authentic. In total, during her life, she would have made more, 100,000 portraits for different people in the world. These works are considered amazing, especially since she would never have taken drawing lessons. Unfortunately, in 2001 for Al Polge, I would have left the world of the living and she took with her the secret of these incredible portraits. This is the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to tell me in the comments, and if you have other topics like that, you will throw them in my next videos. If you are interested in medium painters or mediums, you can go see my other episodes. You can like, share and subscribe, but we'll see you in the next video. It's Takey Confire.